but it was actually pretty good up until like whoop, you did that thing.
Because I lifted my arm as a reaction.
Well, okay. I was about to say, like, if get comfortable with whatever your arm is, like fix it before you're doing the maneuver.
Yeah.
Kind of have a head on swivel, kind of like when you're riding a bike.
Yeah.
So you see that guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one way to do this, just hover here for a second. Yeah, there we go, point in the wind for a little bit. If it was really bad and you were getting tired, you could always set down too. Okay.
Now, normally, would you wait for him, or?
I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. But again, I'm keeping my eyes open. Just like So here's the thing about airplanes.
Yeah.
When they go to their run-up area, they're gonna spend a couple minutes to do their stuff. We do our stuff on the ramp, but when they go up to the runway, that's when they do all their stuff.
Not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, me neither. So there's two things you could do. Yeah, now we could wait it. But if it was a long time, you could either ask him, hey, airplane.
240 like Foxtrot crossing runway 0220.
Yeah, you could either ask him or other thing. So one other thing I kind of want to point out.
Yeah.
You're doing well. I would get close to where I'm going. That way it's not so much time to do whatever I'm doing. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna take off there, I would go over there, you know, get a little closer. Now, in this case, you're familiar with this area, you could probably hop over this grass.
Okay.
You could probably go that way even too and follow that taxiway. Either way, I'm closer to where I want to be.
Right.
That way I could just basically, I'm at a point where I can pull the trigger and do what I want to do rather than, like here, it's still gonna take a few minutes to kind of get over there, and now I'm gonna have to time it and all that.
Okay, so over the grass?
Yeah, two methods. You could go over the grass because that would be, you're mitigating the wind. You don't have to have a crosswind if you can kind of go that way. Good. The other thing when it comes to flying over things, try to avoid directly flying over like airplanes and stuff like that. Good. I would go over there. Then, before you take off, I would double check over my right shoulder and double check over this guy. Your left side's still clear. No one's taking.
Clear.
Okay.
Okay. Taking off.
Hampton Roads traffic helicopter 522 Alpha Golf taking off 02 right now in departure to the south. Hampton Roads. Remember, try to prattle off your radio call before you cross that line. Okay. Great job. All right. So when it comes to cruise, there's a lot of different kind of theories here. Helicopter pilots do like to stay relatively low, but if you think of it from a safety standpoint, it's actually better to be high.
Right.
If nothing else, it means you're not going to hit things like wires and stuff like that. The other kind of consideration is you want to be high because you want to be able to enter an auto rotation. That way you've got choices, and you know, if something were to go wrong, like, well, I'm cool. Because if you were 500 feet or just over these trees and had to enter an auto rotation, well, you kind of limited yourself, and now you've got no thing. So why don't we make that right turn?
Okay.
Part of the reason I'm making this right turn now is because I want to probably cut across that center line as soon as possible. That way I'm not in the way of the airplanes that are taking off 1-0, right? Now I could go here, double check that guy on the end. So I would hustle up, cross the center line. Just think through, all runways are kind of like the barrel of a gun. You're just trying to cross it as quick as possible. That way I'm not. Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf for right downwind 02, Hampton Roads. Spider web thing almost looks like a scratch. Alright, nope, checking out there, no one out there, no one out there, perfect. So this is our navigation. We did that to hit Chesapeake. We don't have to follow that yellow line, or that pink line. It's like, you know, putting the GPS in your car. Don't be
right.
Don't follow it if you know, don't run into a car, something else because that told you to. That said, I want to also point out one thing. Like, if we wandered over that way, which is what we're gonna do, we're gonna maintain 700, keep heading south. If we lose this line, we could make a new line from where we're at without even doing much thinking. All you gotta do is hit the direct to button. Don't even put anything else in, and just hit enter again a couple times, and that just draws you a straight line to wherever it is you had already, the waypoint. In this case, you have your waypoint at Chesapeake. The one will just keep heading south. One radio call I'm making out here is I'm just letting people know where I am. Eventually, I'm going to tell them this is my last call. I'm just departing this way. So listen to this radio call, 8 miles, probably about 3 miles. Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 3 miles south, 800, departing the south. Hampton Roads. Listen around for a little bit, see, make sure no one's like going, hey, I'm gonna run into you. Okay, cool, everything's good. Now I'm gonna switch over to this. I'm also gonna get ready to put in my next frequency, which is Chesapeake CTAF, which is 123075. So we'll listen to this guy. So some of the landmarks, and I know this by looking at the sectional, that's kind of the other benefit of having your iPad on you. That's Lake Drummond. So let's fly towards Lake Drummond. That's a kind of a nice visual landmark. If you look at the sectional, it's basically to the west or southwest of Chesapeake. One of the reasons why it's kind of scratchy, even though Chesapeake's only 8 miles away, is because we're relatively low. It's really geared for airplanes. This is dead reckoning is really what we're doing, and that's just literally flying to visual waypoints. I'm also looking at my map. Again, it's kind of understanding, like, if I go to Lake Drummond, I know Chesapeake's over there somewhere. When we climb to about 800, might work out a little bit better for us. Ideally, if these clouds weren't here, I would have asked you to actually climb to like 1,500. So 3012. So tell you what, I'm gonna kind of be your training wheels here.
Okay.
But I want you to kind of try and figure out how to do 3012 on that altimeter there. What you're going to do is reach across with your left hand and twist that to 3012. You're not that far off, so you could actually spend the
altimeter 3012.
So, two things I would have given you tip-wise. Like, one, I would have planned out my move before I reached over. I would have said, oh, I'm just going to twist it a little
I've never
down.
actually moved that before, so that would have been the thing I would have figured out.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The other thing is, whether you believe it or not, this already, you already see, we slowed down and we wandered that way a little bit. So, it's almost, this is almost like a brace yourself, brace the thing into your leg. You know this is a potential for a lot of movement in your cycling, so you almost just kind of put it there, and then you reach over, do what you need to do. Hold on, I'm going to have you do the same thing here. You're going to put in 123075. And let me point out another thing. You could throw some friction on the collective to kind of help out to make sure it doesn't drop or anything when you let go of it. So why don't you do that now?
Alright, throwing some friction on.
Good. So you got to be relatively quick with that. Just loop and then go back to what you're flying. Now, there's friction there. Obviously, you still have control of that collective. If you needed to push it down, you can push it down. All right. 123075. All right, stop what you're doing. Fly. So the thing is, like I said, only do a couple seconds of that. Speed up a little bit. Raise that collective a little bit. Speed up a little bit.
Automated weather optimization 17.
There we go. So let's maintain 70 knots and at least 700 feet. Really, I wanted 800 feet, but this will work. All right. Now you can continue doing that. Spend only a few seconds and then get back to flying.
You said 075?
Yep, get back to flying. Go ahead and do it again.
Automated weather optimization 1737. Zulu weather wind 070.
So you could almost even think of it here, same thing. Like think of a plan. Like it's at 225. Okay, think which way I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a few more clicks. It's 075. All right, one click back.
There we go.
Perfect. Why don't you switch that over? That way we don't have to be listening to that guy. So that's the other thing I want to point out. There's something called stereo cockpit. It's a distraction when you hear other people talking or when you hear that AWAS. It's like it just adds things to your problems. All right, so if I wanted to make a new line in Chesapeake, how would I do that? Hit direct 2 and then hit enter twice. Yeah, you don't even have to think. Just hit direct 2 and then enter twice. There we go. See how it drew a new peak line for you?
Yeah.
All right, we'll make that left turn here.
I'm going to take my frictions back off my collective.
You can. Most people just keep their friction on for all of the entire thing. All right, push forward. You're a little slow.
Yeah, I climbed quite a bit there.
No, I actually prefer you to be at 1,000 anyway, so it worked out. So what kind of radio call would we make out here?
8 miles.
Yeah. And where are we?
To the west.
Yeah, right? And I always look at that, like, okay, I'm flying that way, I'm flying towards it, so yeah, I'm west. So, Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 8 miles west, 800 inbound.
Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 8 miles west,
Inbound.
800 feet.
Yeah, Chesapeake.
Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 8 miles west, inbound 800 feet, Chesapeake.
Perfect. So if I'm in someone else's shoes and I heard that, okay, I know what what he's doing. He's over here somewhere. He's flying there somewhere. Another kind of shorthand when you start studying your sectional, this is a VFR waypoint. You could tell them like, oh, I'm over Lake Drummond, inbound. All right. So we're
traffic, Cessna Skyhawk 20289er, turning crosswind for runway 5, touch and go, Chesapeake.
all right. So I don't know if he's left or right. I'm making an assumption he's left. That's the other problem. So remember, make radio calls. That makes sense. I think airplane pilots are very lazy. I'm assuming they're left because that's where they normally are. Eventually, we're gonna kind of be on the right side and come out into their 5. So you could visualize already what he's doing. If runway 5 is that way, kinda.
Traffic, Cessna 289er, turning downwind for runway 5, touch and go, Chesapeake.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's left. All right. I know you don't know where the airport is yet, or you do, at least direction, but you don't see it yet, right? So one thing is, well, maintain 800, probably, it's okay if you're on this side, because remember, we made a plan of trying to stay away from that, because you know he's over here somewhere, that airplane.
Right.
So if we come almost to the south of the airport and then come in, I'm relatively safe that way because I'm assuming he's on the left side. But again, that's a problem why his radio calls suck because for all I know, he's actually on the right side. So this new radio call, so you can see this down here, that's the TCAS, so that's the other guy, he's out there somewhere. So I'm assuming he's that way. Oh, what's that guy? Oh, that's a bird. Yeah, we'll keep flying that way. Basically, why don't we aim for that brown field? Okay. I didn't hear that, that's kind of sucky. So if there's ever any doubt, just stay away from whatever you assume where he is. So I know he's over there. I don't see him. Oh, I do see him now. He's over there. So maybe we'll keep headed over this way and then slowly make our way around. Okay.
Traffic.
So you're southwest, just, again, it's just, we'll just speak English. It's not really a funny airplane radio call. So here's what I would say. I'll do this one. Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 5 miles southwest. We'll be circling for the right, downwind, 5, Chesapeake. Yep. So let's, why don't we head that way? You can vaguely see the runway already.
Yeah.
Think through, you know the direction, 5 and, what's it, 20? I don't remember what the opposite of that. Regardless, it's that way.
Yeah.
You could already see a clearing out there. Do you see the runway? Okay, perfect. We're going to keep going that way and we're going to come back around, kind of like what you said before. The other way we could have done it, like I said, we would have been above and over it, right? But again, we're getting a little close to the clouds, and I really want to chance that. And like I said, we actually hear an airplane over there, so it's like, I don't want to. I'm just staying away from him just for both of our benefit. My benefit, obvious, but his benefit. That way, he doesn't even have to worry about us. You could already visualize it, or you see that runway, so you can kind of think through how you're going to enter the right downwind and then base the final for that runway.
Chesapeake traffic, Cessna 20289er, turning crosswind for runway
5. Alright. Again, we're reasonably safe on this side. We know that guy's on the left side based off of where I saw him before and where the TCAS is looking. He's left crosswind. Again, he's annoyingly not saying he's left crosswind. He just said crosswind. Don't be that guy.
downwind for runway 5, let you go.
Pretty sure he's a student.
Reviewing traffic,
Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, about 4 miles southeast. We'll be entering a right downwind for 5, Chesapeake. They're about the same altitude, so you could assume a 700-foot pattern. Again, in the future, like we're actually going someplace, normally we'd want to be at least 1,000 feet.
Okay.
But today, because the clouds are kind of low and, you know,
Yeah.
just where we're at, it's fine. So there's a couple, you know, we already talked about the main reasoning for height is so we don't run into anything, and also it allows us to auto-rotate and all that. But there's also a noise abatement issue, you know. During cruise, you kind of, for efficiency's sake, you basically want to be an inch underneath MCP.
traffic, 289er, turning base for runway 5,
Want to be basically an inch under what do you call an MCP, which allows you to travel a little faster. Like you said, once we start doing longer or actual
Right.
cross countries, it's gonna suck if we're only going 70 knots.
Yeah. I get you. Our best cruise speed is 83.
Yeah, possibly. It depends on the day.
Well, I think,
turning final for runway 5, let you go.
Alright, why don't you head inbound now? So the middle of the field is, you could probably assume like where that almost looks like a dirt road that aims towards it.
Yeah.
You're just about to aim for it. But obviously you can see the hangars and stuff like that.
yeah.
Now, again, here's kind of the cool benefit of being in a helicopter. Normally airplanes, because of how they're going, they actually, like this angle is too narrow an angle for them because they can't make that angle.
Right.
Normally they would have to actually start over there and do a teardrop into the area, but we're a helicopter, we can wander in. Don't lose your altitude. Raise that back up to 700. Alright, for spacing purposes, I don't know if he's gonna well, he might be full stop, but either way, I would still kind of hustle up a little bit. This is almost gonna be kind of a, almost base, but we're gonna call it down, well, we're gonna call it downwind, but we gotta hurry up a little bit, because you see how he's already on the woods way? He's gonna be on top of us pretty soon, so... Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, right downwind, 05, Chesapeake. This is gonna kind of turn into a base, right? You already see the runway?
Yeah.
But you can already kind of make this kind of a lazy base and then final. Treat this just like we're at home, so start slowing down. Alright, a little bit of right pedal, slow us down and make your base. Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, right base, 05, Chesapeake. traffic, helicopter 2 Alpha Golf, final 05, Chesapeake. High, low, slow, what? You're a little low, so raise that collective. Good. Good. Hold it here. That's the angle you want for the 1,000-foot marker. Let's do that.
1,000-foot marker is this first group of solid lines, right?
Chesapeake traffic system.
Big white bars.
Turning downwind for runway 5.
Tell you what, for expediency, well, no, just freaking keep going. Slow it down. Lower that collective a little tiny bit. There we go. Keep that angle. Raise that collective, push forward. There we go. Good. Nice. Lower the collective a little bit. Bring us to a hover. Nice. Left pedal. Good. Alright, let's get on the go. Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 2 Alpha Golf on the go, 05, right downwind departure to the west. Chesapeake.
Chesapeake traffic system 289er turning base from runway 5, touch and go Chesapeake.
Alright, while you make that right turn, 300 feet, right?
Yep.
Push forward a little bit.
Yeah, slow.
Nice. You can make that. You can make that downwind, that way we'll just keep tracking that way. Very nice.
Traffic system 289er turning final for runway 5, Chesapeake.
We'll head that way a little bit.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
And I'm a beam where I'm landing.
Yeah. Oh, you want to land again?
Well, I didn't know if we were or not.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
I'm
If you
good.
want, we can land again.
Yeah,
Oh, you want to go to the helipad?
yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what. Basically, treat this like base final. I'll point out where your actual landing spot is. Lower that collective. We're a little high.
Yeah.
Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 2 Alpha Golf for right base 05. Chesapeake. Alright, airplanes on the 1,000-foot markers. So we're going to basically sidestep to the left, treat that taxiway as basically our runway.
Okay.
I already called right base, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and make that right turn. Nope, not with your feet, with your cycling. Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, final 05. We'll be sidestepping to the left, landing direct to the helipad. Chesapeake. Alright, raise that collective just a tiny bit. Alright, it's a little difficult to see, but you see just this way of the windsock, there's that black postage stamp. That's the helipad. Should have an H on it. It'll make more sense when you get a little closer, but it should be no different than you're landing there. You're just landing on that black spot.
Okay.
You see it now? It's starting to look like an H. So start slowing us down. Slow us down. Lower that collective. There we go. Push forward now. There we go. Keep that same angle all the way through. Start raising your collective.
0289er.
Alright, lower your collective.
For
Pretty nice. Pull that back, lower collective at the same time. A little bit of right pedal, hold that cyclic. Push forward, raise. Alright, we kind of terminated a little too far. So you can still fix this. There we go. Believe it or not, there's a slight slope on this. I do kind of want you to touch down here. We'll hover right over the top of that H. Keep moving forward. And then face into the wind a little bit. Hold that cyclic to the left. Try to be in the middle of this giant pad. There we go. Calm down. Keep calm. A little bit of left pedal. Look at the trim strings. A little bit of left pedal. Keep coming down. Push forward just a tiny bit. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Be calm. Lower the collective. Freaking perfect. Congratulations. First helipad landing. Alright. We're going to pick back up. We're going to wander just like what we do at Hampton Roads. We'll wander over here, figure out what that airplane's doing. I think he left, but you got to double check, right?
Yep.
We'll be over here, and then we'll take off 05 for midfield.
Alright. Yep.
In this case, it's just going to be kind of like almost a mini air taxi just to hop across.
Got it.
And obviously double check on the right, make sure no one's taxiing into you.
Nobody's taxing.
I've seen worse out of you, so
Yeah.
no worries. Push forward, push forward. So I would have tried to keep away from that thing. It's just one less thing to not run into. But yeah, Bravo will work.
Okay.
So, Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf taking off 05 from Bravo, Chesapeake. Follow the yellow line.
And 05.
We'll go left this time because I think that plane left. I don't know where he is. When we get to about 300, we'll make that left crosswind.
Okay.
Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, left crosswind, departing to the northwest, Chesapeake.
Chesapeake traffic, Cessna Skyhawk 20289er, 2 miles to the southeast. We'll cross midfield and into the downwind for runway 5 on the teardrop, Chesapeake.
Alright, so in this case, based off what he's doing, I'm not entirely sure he is, I'm not entirely sure how fast he is. But here, I would value speed over height right now. I don't need to get higher, I just need to go away from wherever his pattern's going to be. Good, keep that airspeed. Stay over this road, that way we'll, because Hampton Roads is right over there, well, how about that water tower? It's probably a good idea to go over.
Okay.
See that one way out there? Chesapeake traffic, helicopter 2 Alpha Golf, 2 miles north, departing north at 600, Chesapeake. Good. at least, you've demonstrated you can at least cruise at 80, so that's good.
Chesapeake traffic, Cessna 289er crossing midfield at 2000 for the teardrop and then downwind for 5.
So if I wanted to put in, well, I'm going to have you do it so you get a little more practice again. Make sure you got a stable helicopter before you mess around with anything, and then hit direct, and then use that big knob to go to local or, you know, nearby, and then look for PVG.
Direct to?
Yep, that's always kind of your go-to. Good, and then use the big knob. Get back to flying, you see that bird?
Yeah.
Scroll back one. There we go. Get a stable helicopter. This is always last.
Yep.
Don't even worry about that. It's like it's got nothing to do with running into anybody.
Yeah.
All right, good. You're doing well. I would point out like those are towers, so you know it'll remind me before I mess with too much anything. Yeah, you keep jumping over it. It's just one click. Think about it. Right? That goes with the whole game plan of what you're going to do before you actually do it. That way you're away from the controls a minimum amount of time. Yep.
Yeah.
So use the big knob, one click over to the left. Use the small knob, right click, maybe probably one or two. I'm seeing what it does. There we go. So right click left. There we go. Enter twice. See? Alright. That goes with the whole game plan thing. Alright. This 12272. Force yourself to get back to flying.
Cessna 289er entering downwind from the 45. 4 or 5.
Think through a game plan here, so maybe you're going to go that way to avoid those towers. And now you can go back to 725. Okay. Probably switch over now, we're pretty far away from them. Hampton Roads, you can already see is a clearing out there.
So it's going to be,
Yep, this is Hampton Roads. You don't have to worry about radio calls yet, just you know you got it dialed in. That's all you need right now.
Okay.
If you're thinking this through, maybe you'll put the AWAS on the bottom there. So 118.375. So based off what I'm hearing, I don't hear anyone in the pattern, so that's kind of good. So it'll give us, again, a little more time to kind of figure that out.
I'm not seeing that I'm doing anything. What am I doing wrong here?
118.375.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you listen to that now, because I don't hear anyone on the seat anyway.
Density altitude 1,000.
Speed.
Hampton Roads Airport. Automated weather observation 1748. Zulu. Wind 060 at 07. Visibility 10. Sky condition overcast 3,100. Temperature 24 Celsius. Dew point 19er Celsius. Altimeter 3011.
All right. So think 060 is where the winds are. What runway would you like to use? You got have at least two options. Well, you have really four options, but the two obvious ones are, what would you assume?
10 and 28.
Yeah, no, I would say 10 and 02, or 02, right?
Yeah, okay.
If wind's coming from 06, I could either land 02 or I could land 10. It's up to you to use which one. Where you are right now, if you think about it, look outside here, or even look outside, like physically.
Yeah.
You're in a great position for either one. You could either enter the left downwind for 10, or you could enter the right downwind for 02 out here, right?
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we head on that way, figure out what you want to do.
Okay.
The other kind of cool thing right now is it doesn't sound like there's any airplanes out there, so you don't even have to play jump rope with airplanes.
Right.
Good, you're at a good altitude. I like that you climbed to 1,000. Gives you, again, it gives you more options, and also less likely that you're gonna hit anything like a tower or something. Hold on. I don't see him. We'll stay at 1,000. Don't climb more than 1,000. In fact, I would descend maybe. Why don't you start getting down at a pattern altitude? So maybe 800-ish. So radio call here. In fact, I'll let you do this radio call. What kind of radio call do you think you'd be making here?
Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf. 4 miles southeast of runway.
Actually, I'd probably just say east. I know that's confusing, but we're a little east.
So 4 miles east, runway.
Yep, just say 4 miles east inbound, altitude if you're fancy. That's it.
Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, 3 miles east, inbound 700 feet, Hampton Roads.
Very nice. Have you decided on what are you gonna do 02 or 10? Hold your collective. Raise to 700.
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Just go 02.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So why don't you aim toward the middle of the airfield there, and plan through, or visualize you're gonna go there, and then you're gonna go there, parallel the runway that way, then into the final.
Basically just setting myself up to get in the pattern first.
Traffic bearing 10 Quebec's out here about 8 miles to the west on the
If you had that,
approach runway 10 at Hampton Roads.
if you made that decision back there,
Yeah.
you could have said inbound for right downwind 02. But we're separating that because don't add stress if you don't need it. Like, just say you're going that way. That's all you need to tell people right now. Oh, we forgot to look for the dude, it's still out there.
Is that still going?
Well, there's a whole lot of traffic. Well, maybe that's just normal. Yeah. Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, right downwind 02, Hampton Roads. Very nice. Little low.
Yeah.
Remember the center line, I try to speed across it, that way I'm not in the middle of something when someone's trying to... There we go. Good. Awesome. Alright. When you're being your spot, let's just land where the black top ends and the white white runway starts. Pull that back, right? Super fast. Lower that clip.
10 Quebec, set the final approach, fix runway 10 Hampton Roads. 5 mile final 10.
Alright, cool. Make that right turn. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Alright, right base 02.
Hampton Roads traffic, helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, right base 02.
Alright, when we do final...
Hampton Roads.
No, you're fine. When we do final, we're going to say landing and holding short of 1028.
Hampton Roads German, taking off 10 for the pattern.
Alright, disregard. I'll just do it because it's a little too much here. Traffic helicopter 522 Alpha Golf, short final for 02, landing and holding short of 1028, Hampton Roads.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's rigging pretty close to perfect there. I like how you're dealing with that awesome crosswind and you're kind of slowly taking it out. That's awesome. You're doing really good. Doing well. Hold it back. There we go. Good. All right. Perfect. Push forward now, I would. All right, stay with it. Okay, no worries. Awesome. I like how you're managing it. If you need to go over there, point your nose over there, but kind of drive it that way.
2.5 mile final, runway 10 emphasize.
All right. Tell you what, just hold it there. That's where the wind's coming from. Keep going that way. Take a breath. You good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Now, think this through. So we're gonna plan trying to get back over there. How are we gonna get back there? You could fight it. You could kind of slowly deal with this crosswind and the tailwind, or you could actually kind of pick up.
On the crosswind 10
You could kind of pick up some airspeed, go over here, and kind of make a U-turn.
Yep.
So why don't we do that? Your only kind of danger is make sure you don't cross over into that runway. Slow it down. You don't need a lot of airspeed. You see, it stabilizes it with just that. Slow it down. There we go. Keep it coming left. There we go. Good. See? Hold it forward. You don't need a whole lot of airspeed, just need enough to just keep going. That way you don't have to fight that tailwind. Same thing here. Just kind of segue this into a turn.
Okay.
Come left. Push forward and left. There we go, better.
Come on.
No worries, you're doing fine. Alright, wind's kind of coming from over there. No worries, why don't we follow this yellow line? It's kind of giving you a nice little path to follow. Hold it forward a little bit. Pretty good. Left pedal, hold it forward, go that way. You're gonna land pointing that way because it's easier. There we go. Awesome. Just hold it here. Alright, lower that collective some. Right here is perfect. Keep lowering that. There we go. Awesome job. Remember to breathe. You're fine. There we go. That was pretty fucking good. Alright. Slowly roll that off.
Slowly rolling it off.
I stopped you because it sounded like you were going to criticize yourself. That was a good landing.
Well, I freaked out
that, right?
just a little bit because we started to move forward and I was getting ready to abort.
But remember, moving forward is actually better for this.
Yeah.
The skids are better kind of moving forward. Even in the Sims, I was playing DCS Huey the other day. I can't control it because it's still, I can't get my head wrapped around the sim. It doesn't feel right. But I'm always doing constant forward landings and those things. It's just better.
Okay.
Same thing here. That was actually a pretty smooth landing. Now, obviously you wouldn't be able to do that if it was too far forward and you're trying to be before that. But I don't know. I want the takeaway to be that the skids being level is forward.
Yeah.
Especially it's into the wind. That was controlled. That was completely what you want to do. Remember when this whole thing was empty and we used to land in front of the thing and we kind of almost make it a mini approach? That makes for better landings or better set downs if it's almost a mini approach. Now, maybe that was a little fast, but your skids are straight and it wasn't out of control. know.
That was my thing. It felt like I was speeding up, not just moving forward, but
Yes, if the ground wasn't underneath us, you would have eventually sped up. But again, remember what all the times I've been saying, like when you're near the ground, when you're terminating an approach and when all that, you almost want to think of this as less as speed and more as closure and pitch. You know,
yeah.
at that point, because you're not the only one. Everyone fights themselves when they come in an approach and I tell them push forward. And they're like going, no, I'm not going to push forward. They're trying to slow down.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm telling you to push forward not to speed up. I'm telling you to push forward to get your tail away from the ground, to level you out. That's what you kind of need here at the end, and you did that. That's why, again, you were ready to freaking critique yourself, but it's like, that was as level as the skids could possibly be. That was perfect, you know.
Okay.
Well, yeah, pretty good.
Right.